And that's what walking the streets is all about. You've got to go and find your clients. You've got to go and work out, is this really product going to really work in the real world? How much money am I going to make?
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Tell us how everything started.
Sure. My career was amazing. I started in the retail industry, and it was in those years when systems and processes wasn't really a thing. And part because I'm a little bit of an energizer bunny in retail, apart from planning. In the planning department, they gave me a system to test, and then another retailer heard about it and they poached me. And so my career really took off. It was 6 years. I had 13 promotions. I moved companies really fast, and then I got married and had my baby, and he was really ill. So it was an easy decision for me to walk away from corporate and to start my own business. But I I decided to take a voluntary retrenchment package, and I phoned my husband and I said, oops, I've resigned. Left, drove down the road, saw a laundry for sale, and thought that's going to be easy, because that's what we think business is when we don't have any idea. Bought a laundry, then sorted my son out, and had to phone my husband again and say, sorry, love, I've just bought a laundry. So I became an overnight business owner, and then had to work out, what am I doing now? Within 18 months, I 30 times the turnover, because I put in the right levels of business inside, right levels of product offering inside the business. We got it to a level where we could franchise it, and then I sold it, which was amazing. And I sold it because I needed a little bit of creativity, and folding other people's undies, you can only fold them 7 ways. And that was, I tried, tested them all, and realized that there wasn't enough creativity for me there. Then I started a decor hire company. I had that for 13 years. We did just on 5,000 very big events, like our presidential inaugurations and all the top 100 company events. That meant that I slept about 3 hours a day, and I was away from my family for a long time. So after 13 years, I realized that I'd built the business so big. We had so many staff, so many vehicles, a huge warehouse, and I needed to make the decision whether I was actually going to build a board inside the business or not. And I decided that I wasn't strong enough to work with a board, and I decided to sell it. So I sold. It was a very big business. I sold, and I retired at the age of 40, which was amazing. And it sounds
Wow,
phenomenal.
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
It
What a
sounds
story.
it sounds phenomenal until you retired, and then what do? As an
Yeah, tell me
entrepreneur.
about it. After a week, you're bored. Look at me doing
Exactly.
podcasts.
Exactly. So I in Pilates class, these kind of things that you do when you're retired. I heard somebody talking about their business, and in South Africa, where I live, Johannesburg is where the business happens, and Cape Town is where the creativity is. It's beautiful here. So I had moved from Johannesburg to Cape Town for my retirement by the sea, and I heard somebody talking about their business, and I realized that there's not enough business knowledge. So I said to this lady, please, let's go and have coffee, let's have a conversation. And in the process, she said, I'm signing you up. You've got the knowledge I need. How are we going to help? And we took her business from a garage-based home business to exporting to 19 different
Wow,
countries. And
that's
of
amazing.
it's been an exciting journey to be with her in her
And a lot of
process.
fun, yeah?
Loads of
Yeah,
it's the
the other
best.
day somebody came and told me that we're doing events and I speak of the events, and they were telling me, Harry, but you let's go to the events and you speak in front of thousands of people. And I was telling them, look, I already done it. I already hang out with the big boys. I'm more interested in you guys to grow. Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm already, it's great for your ego, the thousands of people clapping at you, but it's better to make an impact and help others. So sometimes in our career, we have to start giving back. So
Exactly.
I think, and then in London, I live in London. Also, we have a cab driver company below my house in London, and I don't have a car, so I use those taxis a lot. Yeah, there's no Uber. It's like a mini cab office. So the drivers hang around there in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. I take so much of this thing that they all know me. And I talk with all of them. And one day I'm driving, and we talk a long trip, and we're talking about a lot of things. And the guy told me, "Look, I have a house in Spain." I'm telling him, "Look, what are you doing driving in the evening? If you have a house in Spain, you retire and that's it. You live life. What are you doing driving every night?" And he told me, "Harry, the last person that retired in the minicab office died." So
Yeah.
we prefer to hang around, to play things, to have something to do. We go to Spain once a month, but we don't retire because this is what
Exactly.
happened.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Exactly that. While I was working with this lady, I realized that there were certain areas in a business that people don't know. And then I developed my academy, and we have a 9-month program on the academy. And now I work with about 200 business owners at any given time.
wow, very
But
good.
I with them, and I do a lot of travel. Last year I was in
Very good. A lot of fun. Welcome to my life. That's what I do.
yes,
Talk here,
exactly,
talk there.
exactly.
It's like
So
a
I've been
holiday.
on
And then they invite me to speak to Singapore. I go a month because
nice.
you
You
need to go
can.
2 weeks before the event to prepare
Yeah.
the event. And we're doing a bit of holiday. And then after, of course, you need to stay 2 weeks. What happens if you meet somebody at the event? So every time
Of
they invite me to speak for a day, I stay there a month holiday.
nice.
And it's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It's on stage because I think it was exactly what you said just now. It's time for us to give back. I want to be able to share with people as much as possible. And my big thing is when I walk off stage or I finish a meeting, they must be able to do something immediately in their business to make a change. That's very important. It's a practical thing that becomes really important for me that you can make a change immediately. So, apart from the academy and standing on stage and working with the clients, it's really important to start connecting people together, which is what we do. I work with Mike and Lundy from Circle of Excellence, which is our global organization, which is fantastic. And they have a private members club, which we have in Cape Town here as well. And so connecting people together, you make your circle bigger. And I think that that's important, because often when we're so busy in our business, we don't see the true opportunities that are around. And I think that that's one of my superpowers now is I can see everybody else's opportunities and I connect the dots together. And so
Wow.
that helps me next businesses quickly, because when you're so busy in your business, you don't see the opportunities. So it is, I mean, we have loads of fun and it's very creative and it's very exciting. And yeah, I look forward to
That
working with every one of my clients.
so corporate versus become an entrepreneur. So a lot of people from corporate also they are in this podcast because they want to do a transition to become an
Yeah.
entrepreneur. However, they don't know that in corporate, if you don't want to, if you can tell somebody tell you do this, you can tell I'm sorry, this is not my job. And then they become an entrepreneur, and then you listen to them saying, "Look, you don't need to do sales and marketing," and they tell you, "No, this is not my job. I pay somebody else to do it," and it's completely different dynamics, especially when you corporate to, especially people from corporate, they have high salary
Yeah.
and they're very to do a tailored specific thing. And now they come into entrepreneur, they have to pay themselves the last because they have to pay the team. They are working Monday to Sunday. So, what are the advice do you have for people in corporate that they see only, oh, that's amazing. They fit their own calendar. They go on holiday. They do this. They do that. They do what they want. But there is a process to achieve to that level. There is a process in between that is intense and the dynamics completely different. So tell us in your experience, when you did the transition, what was your biggest challenge and how you become the challenge? And what do you advise to women in corporate or to corporate people in corporate want to do the transition and become entrepreneur?
So just now I said that I don't work with startups. So I was a startup, of course, but I was also the ignorant and the arrogant, which is what I call the people leaving corporate or coming out of universities, is we're ignorant and we're arrogant. So we can't always understand that until you're in that space, until you're in that space of being that startup. Because in corporate, everybody has a support structure. In university, everybody has a support structure. So that's the ignorant that I'm talking about. The arrogant is that when we leave corporate, we think we know everything. Until you start doing your or running your business, you know nothing. And that's what walking the streets is all about. You've got to go and find your clients. You've got to go and work out, is this really product going to really work in the real world? How much money am I going to make? And I think that those are the very big things that most people don't think about. Being in corporate, the problems are you earn a salary. Being an entrepreneur, the problems are that you have free time. So which problem do you want? You're not going to have both of those in both spaces. So you need to work out, is the money important or is the freedom important for you? You're going to build to that point. But most of the time, what I say to people in corporate that talk about that they're going to leave is, what do you want to do? And can you build it before you leave corporate? So is it something that you can do as a side hustle, which is
I agree
important?
100%.
So
Yeah, I
build it
agree,
up
Diane.
already now.
100%. That's how I
Yeah.
did it. I was in corporate. I was doing room service in the Hilton in London because I
Yeah.
arrived there without knowing English. And okay, I find this job. But I remember in the lift of the Hilton, okay, because
Yeah.
this is the only place that there is no managers or bosses, I was making the phone calls and acquiring the houses and renting the rooms. And I was doing parallel with my full-time
Yeah.
job until one day this side business created more income
Yeah.
that also I like it.
Yes.
I like it. The money was amazing. Don't get me wrong. One of the things I liked most was the money,
Of
and
course.
and it was work compared with what I had to do in the Hilton, where I had to wake up 4 a.m. and 5:30 or 5, I had to be there, set up the breakfast, and then do a lot of home service, and it was intense, yeah. And I always
Yeah.
forgot something, and it was very distracted. So it was a
Yeah.
lot of stress for me this job. However, the other one, my business and everything, and provide accommodation for people, that was something that I was really passionate about because I thought that I'm offering better product out there than the competition. I was happy about it. So
No,
yeah, people need to see they really like it because it's not for everybody. Okay.
no,
It
not
has
at
been
all.
an interesting journey. My life as an entrepreneur. There is no, if I tell you all the ideas that I have that didn't work, I will depress you and you will start crying. So I don't want to do that. I opened one restaurant in Brick Lane in London. I lost 100,000 pounds in 2 years of my life. I have done some disasters, yeah, along the way,
Yeah.
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 So
Always.
it's part of the process. So
Absolutely.
uh, Diane, if someone is in love with this conversation, how people can find you, how this process works, can you please share this?
Sure. They're welcome to go on my website, dianeboorman.com. They can email me, info@dianeboorman.com, and reach out. If there's any questions about your business and you want answers, you're welcome to reach out anytime. I'll give you my honest opinion. I think that that's important. You must understand it's not vicious or meant to tear you down, but it is sometimes honesty that we need. And my clients know that I'm not empathetic to their other things like their dogs and their cats and their children. I'm here for business.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.